A great risotto is all about patience. Here's how to make a beautiful roasted red pepper risotto. We're going to start this recipe as we always do with a little bit of prep. And to begin, I've got 4 shallots here. These are banana shallots. And I'm simply going to top and tail them, cut them in half, peel them, and then we're going to dice them as finely as we can. Next, I've got 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to peel them and also dice them finely. You could also grate these on a microplane if you like. So with that done, we can now start the cooking. I'm going to place a saute pan over a low heat, and then we're going to drizzle in 30 to 40 milliliters of olive oil and add the shallots straight in there, followed by a pinch of salt. And we gently just want to cook these down until they go translucent and nice and sweet. We don't want to get colour on them, so keep an eye on them, keep stirring them, and just cook them gently. So while these shallots are cooking down, we're going to do another quick job. Make sure you keep an eye on them because they can catch easily. We need to keep remembering to go and stir them. So I've got 1 litre of chicken stock here. We might need more, we might need less than this, but this is a good guideline to start with. And I'm going to place basically 2/3 of it into a saucepan, and then we'll get that over the heat straight away, heating up. With the other third, we're going to place 2 whole roasted red peppers in. Now these are the ones that you get in a jar. They're absolutely fantastic and it saves you a lot of work. If you do want to roast them, you can roast your own, but there's basically 200 grams of roasted red pepper here, and that's 2 whole peppers. We're going to place them straight into this chicken stock, and then we're going to use an immersion blender and blend it until it's completely smooth. Once that's done, you should have a runny sort of red pepper stock that looks like this, and that's going to absorb into the rice and be absolutely beautiful. So now we can go back to our shallots and see how they're doing, and once they're nice and translucent, that's when we're going to add in our garlic. And we're going to cook that out for 1 minute, and then we're going to add in 350 grams of arborio rice. Stir it through to make sure it's coated in all of that lovely flavour that we've built up in the pan, and then we'll pour in 70 milliliters of red wine. Cook that out until the wine has almost completely evaporated, and then we can start adding our stock. And we'll begin with that red pepper stock we made earlier on. Add around a ladle full, and once that's absorbed into the rice and cooked out, we can then add another ladle, and we'll do that until we've used up all the red pepper stock. And then once we've used all of that, we'll just move on to the normal chicken stock we put on the stove earlier on. We need to keep doing this and keep stirring the risotto until the rice is almost completely cooked through. Some people like the rice to have a little bite to it, and some people like it fully cooked through, so that's down to your personal preference. So if you need more liquid in there, you can add more stock or even just water if you like. Once you're happy with it and the rice is cooked to your liking, you can then remove it from the heat. You know, they say risotto is a labour of love, and that's because you've got to give it constant attention. You've got to stir it constantly to make sure it's not catching on the bottom. Once it's absorbed the liquid, you've got to add more. And the risotto dictates that. That tells you when you need to use your eyes and the feel to be able to know when to do that. And then of course you want to taste it throughout the cooking as well. And that's to check the bite on the rice, but also to check the seasoning. And you can make little adjustments with little small pinches of salt here and there, just to sort of help build that flavour as you go. It really is a labour of love. And now we can finish it off under the residual heat in the pan. So what we're going to do is add in some Parmesan cheese. I've got 20 grams here that is grated. It looks like a lot, but that's only 20 grams. We're going to add that straight in. And also 40 grams of butter. And that seems like a lot, but honestly it makes a huge difference. It makes it super creamy and really rich. So we'll add that straight in as well, and we're going to stir it through until the cheese has melted. Next we'll give it a taste and adjust the seasoning with salt, pepper and red wine vinegar. The vinegar really does help balance it out, and vinegar is such an underused ingredient for home cooks. It's used a lot in professional kitchens because it helps to balance a dish and really step it up to the next level. And then once you're happy with the seasoning, it is ready to serve. But also remember that as the risotto sits there, it will keep absorbing the liquid. So if you need to just loosen it up again for serving, just add another little splash of that stock. Stir it through to get it back to the consistency you want to serve it at, and then it's ready to serve. So I'm going to ladle mine onto a plate, and as you turn the plate and lift it, it should sort of move around and be nice and oozy, and that's the perfect consistency for risotto. I'm then going to finish mine with an extra grating of Parmesan cheese, a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a few basil leaves on top. Wow, beautiful red pepper risotto. Don't skip that vinegar step at the end. Honestly, it makes such a difference. That's absolutely delicious. My idea of a good plate of food. Wow, Hope you try this one. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be making something with the leftover risotto, a beautiful little dish. So watch out for that video coming soon.